You're now tuned into Kofi's universe, since you're just sitting on Uranus. This is the #1 YouTube channel for hip-hop culture news, informed black social issues, song reaction videos, and even comedy. So be sure to like this post, and if you haven't already subscribed, do so right about now. Brasscast.
YouTube, salute. I am back, y'all, and this is a topic from one of my subscribers, Raymond Johnson. He said, best double rap album of all time. Wow, this is going to be good and exciting to break this down. So before we begin, if you're new to my channel, thumbs up the video, hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. Also, cast your vote for Kofi's Universe Hall of Fame Southern Rap Groups. Nominate your top 3 Southern Rap Groups from 1990 to 1999. The link is in the description. And check out new interviews with K Reno, Jaja Soze, Ari the Rugged Man, and Kim Bada. Okay, so you see in the thumbnail, I only have Tupac, Biggie, Fresh Prince, and DJ Jazzy Jeff, UGK, Wu-Tang, and Bone. Of course, it's more double albums than that. I just had to put, some popular double albums at that time, but we will break this down. So let's start from the beginning. And we're going to start with Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff. He's the DJ, I'm the rapper. The album came out in March 29th, 1988. It had 27 tracks. Of course, it wasn't on a CD, but it was on double vinyl. So at that time, that was actually the first double disc in hip hop history. A lot of people don't know that, so I'm actually kind of educating you right now. Then let's move on to 1996, Tupac, All Eyes on Me, February 13, 1996, 27 tracks. One of Tupac's popular albums. People were very happy about that. One of his last albums he recorded before he was murdered. Then you had Biggie Smalls, March 25th, 1997, Life After Death, 24 tracks. Biggie, that was the last album he recorded, 12 tracks on the first disc, 12 tracks on the second disc. Some people have it as one of the greatest rap albums of all time, and they say it's even better than Ready to Die. After that, Wu-Tang Forever, which was their second album, because their first album came out in 1993, and this album had 27 tracks. The UK version actually had 29 tracks, because I know they had the RZA Sun Shower track and another track, but it earned them a Grammy nomination for Best Rap Album in 1998. People were just very happy with this album. So let's keep going. We have Bone Thugs and Harmony, The Art of War, July 29th, 1997, 28 tracks. 2 hours of Bone. Some people have him as one of the greatest groups ever to share the mic. But to me, I don't think it was better than East 1999 Eternal, but it was a dope-ass album. We also have Scarface, My Homies, March 3rd, 1998. 30 tracks. Dope album. So many tracks, so much music from Scarface. Then we had 8 Ball, Lost, May 19th, 1998. 26 tracks. That was another album that came out right there. So then we had Master P, The Last Don, that came out June 2nd, 1998. 29 tracks. I believe that was more like a compilation. Even though that's a Master P album, that was just more like a No Limit compilation. Then you had Nate Dogg, G-Funk Classics, Volume 1 and 2, July 21st, 1998. 31 tracks right there. Rest in peace and rise in power to Nate Dogg. Then you had E40, August 11, 1998. Element of Surprise, that had 24 tracks, 40 Water. Then you had Corrupt, his first solo album, Corruption, September 1st, 1998. And that was actually on his record label, his own record label at that time. I remember that album right there when that came out. I bought it. Cypress Hill, April 25th, 2000. Skull Bones, 18 tracks. That should never been a double album, but I don't know why he did it. Why they did it, excuse me. Jazzy Blueprint 2, November 12th, 2002, The Gift and the Curse, 22 tracks. 11 tracks on one album, 11 tracks on another album. That album should have been a one album. I did not like that album because I felt like he was just trying to just continue the trend. But Hove did come out with a double album, which it wasn't better than Blueprint 1. Dipset, Diplomatic Immunity. That came out March 25th, 2003, 27 tracks. It was a dope album. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think it should have been a double album, but it was a dope album. Then we had Outkast, Speaker Box, Love Below. That had 39 tracks, and that came out September 23rd, 2003. Some people, they love this album right here because they feel like at this time, this is when you heard Andre 3000 take his career to another level, and people felt that he was experimenting with different type of sounds and taking on that Jimi Hendrix vibe. And Big Boy really went to his bag. You had Little Flip, You Got Me, Feel Me. You Gotta Feel Me, excuse me. March 30th, 2004. That had 21 tracks. Should have been one album. Nelly's Sweatsuit. That came out September 13th, 2004. 24 tracks. And you had Nas, Street's Disciple. That came out November 30th, 2004. 26 tracks. That was a dope ass album right there. Should have been a double album? I don't think so. UGK, Underground Kings, came out August 7, 2007. 26 track. Rest in peace to Pimp C. Dope ass double album. Tech 9, Killer, July 1st, 2008. That had 32 tracks. Now, any other albums that I probably didn't say, we had Vince Staples, Summertime '06. A lot of people forgot about that album, for real. Any albums besides that, I can think of Afro Man. We can think of Crazy Bone Thug Mentality 1999, MF Graham, American Hunger, Mobb Deep, the infamous Mobb Deep. That was more like unreleased music. A lot of people didn't know about that time, but that wasn't like a real release. It was just unreleased music. So everybody's like Kofi. So what's your favorite double album, rap double album? This is a good one. Let's start with my top 5. I will say All Eyes on Me is up there. I will say Wu-Tang Forever is up there. I will say, let's see. Biggie Smalls, Life After Death is up there. I will say Bone, The Art of War is up there. So that's 4. So I need one more. I will go with Nas, Street Disciple. So I have to narrow it down. How can I do this? Let me work myself from number 5 to number 1. So if I had to start with number 5, I'm going to say Nas, Street Disciple. If I had to say number 4, I'm going to start with Bone. If I had to say number 3, it's going to be Biggie's Life After Death. I believe that's a dope ass album. I love that album. It holds so much weight. I still play that album so much. Number 2, Wu-Tang Forever. That album right there just took me to another level because I was able to hear the Clan so much music from them. And number 1, I'm going with Tupac, All Eyes on Me. I feel like it might not have been so much cohesiveness as Machiavelli, but it was just Tupac, so many stories he was sharing at that time. And think about it, everything. I mean, California Love and All Eyes on Me and Ambitious as a Rider, that Mike Tyson used to come out and walk to that song, and I Ain't Mad at You, the introduction of the Outlaws. I feel like that album right there, having so many artists from Death Row, artists from Oakland, Richie Rich, I just felt like that album right there. It has so many memories, so many great hits that you can play at a party, in a club. It's just, you can't go wrong with that album. That album is like almost like a classic to me. I really was like a classic to me. And I feel like the Wu-Tang Forever album, I love that album. There was a couple of tracks that should have been left off. It almost could have been, a one CD. It could have been a one CD. The Biggie Smalls album, that is like a double album, but there's some tracks we could have took off. I don't really care too much for the party songs from Biggie. I really like Biggie when he's in his bag, when he's actually showing that lyrical assassin side. Bone Thugs, you know, that should have been in one album, even though it's a double album. And I love it. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like there was some songs that was his filler songs. And Nas Street's Disciple, that album is dope as hell. But I feel like there was a couple of tracks on there, or maybe probably 30% or 35% of those tracks were just filler songs. Nas was just recording, throw it out, throw it out, throw it out. And I feel like a lot of these double albums, people really don't take the time. It's really just trying to just make money. But at the same time, though, they're trying to get material out there, but they're not really looking at taking the time to make classic albums. Like when we think about classic albums, we think about Illmatic, we think about Straight Outta Compton, we think about Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music from Outkast, we think about Redman, Muddy Waters, we think about the infamous Mobb Deep, we think about Ice Cube, Death Certificate, Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly, or Good Kid, Mad City. We think about classic albums, Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style. Those are classic albums, and they took their time to make those albums. But I think with a double album, it is really hard to make a classic album. The album can be dope as hell, but to be a classic, because that's like 25 to 30 tracks. And 9 out of 10 times, you're not going to have all those tracks be hit, 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 hit. When you have one album, like a single album coming out, it most likely is going to be a classic if you're putting your heart and soul to it. Because let me give you an example. When Nas recorded Illmatic, Nas did not, like, it was probably like 25, 30 songs Nas probably recorded, but he only chose the 10. And like Tupac, All Eyes on Me. There's so many songs, unreleased songs I've heard from Tupac that should have been on All Eyes on Me, but it would have never had that vibe. It was tight songs, but it didn't have the vibe. More of like the concept of the album. So that's why a lot of times you don't hear those songs like, damn, why that song didn't make it? But that's my best rap double album of all time would be Tupac, but you see my top 5 and I listed all the double albums in rap. So what I want to hear from is in the community, in the comment section, what's your favorite rap double album of all time? Why? Explain that. And also, what are your top 5 rap double albums? Post your comments below. Hope smash Black Panther the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. If you want to support and donate to the channel, I have Patreon, patreon.com/KofiUniverse. Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, Streamlabs, everything's in the description. Until next time, salute.